Hey guys, Jobin here. I just wanted to take a minute and show you folks a sort of interesting knife I picked up a little while ago. I'm going to have to make this quick since it's starting to rain out here. This is made by the company Inron. I can't remember the model name of this exact knife, but it is fairly obviously a Hinderer clone. I think they only have a couple models out right now, so it should be pretty easy to find if you want to look it up. And I will put the model number in the description when I remember it. Might be listed on the box, but I can't read the characters. Now, this knife is pretty inexpensive. It retails for about $20, I think. And I had a few people ask about it, which is one of the reasons I picked it up. And I really like this. It looks pretty good. Probably its best feature is the blade, which is very well ground, very even, and it came very nicely sharpened. The design is as one would expect, considering its direct heritage. It's quite good. It's comfortable in a variety of grips and so forth. And the knife itself flips out open really nicely. There is a little bit of a quirk with the detent ball on this one, where it's worn in a little bit. But there's a very distinct push required to get it past through there if you don't push the lock out far. There's no lock bar stabilizer or over travel stop as there would be on a real Hinderer, like the actually Hinderer designed CT 560 here. The G10 side is pretty good. It has a steel liner which is milled out. The ways this knife is cheaply made really start to show up on the lock side, which is okay. But you can definitely tell it's not expensive. For example, on the corners here, instead of the machined corners you'd find on a real Hinderer or something, I really think they just hit this thing with a belt sander to round it off. That's really kind of telling. Now, this knife is pretty cool. You know, if you don't like the clones and stuff, obviously you'll hate this, but you know, as a way to play with a Hinderer-like object, it's pretty inexpensive. It does have a fairly major problem, though. If you look closely in here, there's very little contact area between the blade tang and the lock bar. Not sure what's up with that. And after a few days, mine started to develop not lock rock, but when closing force is applied, the lock bar has a tendency to slide that way. I haven't done a spine whack on it. I don't know if it'll fail completely, but that is worrisome. Definitely something which makes me shy away from recommending this model. Now, let's see, before I get completely rained out here and soak my camera, here it is next to the, well, my personal modified Inron EL01 and the Hinderer designed zero tolerance 560. Remember, the EL01 doesn't come with the choil standard, that's an addition. You guys also may notice I'm trying the 560 tip down. Normally I hate that, but this pocket clip, man, this has been bugging me. Right along here, creates a really major hot spot. So I'm trying it tip down. But that's something I'll get to more when I get around to reviewing this knife. Okay guys, this is Jobin signing off since I am starting to get wet. Rain's picking up here. So, as always, remember where your knife is. Oh, one final note about the Inron. It's sort of an odd thing. I've never quite seen anything like this before. It does have the flat screwdriver head pivot screw, which is kind of nice. I took mine apart to have a look at the internals, what little there is of them, and I had a devil of a time getting the screw out. That's because the whole thing was actually absolutely coated in really heavy-duty thread locker. it literally probably took me 10-15 minutes of careful turning to undo this screw here. It's weird, never seen one like that. Which, I don't know, good, bad, who knows, but definitely a bit unusual.